drugs they were approved, and it comes out later that they knowingly approved them when these drugs are causing heart attacks and cancer. In the Nuremberg trials, it came out that the Nazis were adding sodium chloride to water supply in the labor camps and death camps to make the population more docile and controllable. There have been hundreds of university studies before Hitler even came to power. This is a form of forced medication. They admit that 1 part per million sodium chloride more than doubles the chance of bone cancer in boys and men who became educated in these few decades. The government entry response was not just waste water, it started adding up thousands of products like children's water that's mixed with their formula or with their syrup. They started adding as much as 900 parts per million in things like powdered eggs. It causes reductions in IQ. It increases sterility or lack of fertility. And to be added so many of the daily statements that we see. We'll get back to food categories for a moment. First, I want to look at genetically modified organisms. Did you know that many American people live and work now they're expanding out to other forms of meat? Let's look at salmon first. Many university studies personally have proven that the type of genetically modified salmon has actually a possibility to take other entities in that when this fish is introduced to wild natural salmon, within 40 generations, all the natural salmon are extinct. And the FDA approved this, and they're allowed to release it into the wild. That isn't even a scent. It is a cross species hyena. It is a mixture like something else they found in Dr. Specific nitrogen. More than 85% of the corn now consumed in the United States, also represented in Europe and Canada, is genetically engineered. It grows its own pesticide in the corn so that insects won't eat it. If the insects can't eat this and live, what do you think's going to happen when lab rats or humans eat it? We have literally hundreds of studies showing that not just Monsanto's, but other major chemical companies grow. And the majority of corn now eaten in the United States has been organ failure in lab animals. Studies also show massive increases in sterility in rats and guinea pigs. And then not just food corn, but GMO cotton seeds. Studies in India, Germany, and the United States have conclusively shown that when they feed cotton seeds leftover cotton crop from the genetically modified varieties, that the cows are having miscarriages, they're having low birth rates, or in many cases, they're simply dying. And what is in most processed foods? Genetically modified cotton seeds. Major studies are also showing that genetically engineered crops are killing honeybees and monarch butterflies. They don't stop there. Now they cover the cows that mosquito. It's malaria for the butterflies and butterflies. The very genetic code of the planet is being butchered, and it costs them fortunes to pay those. Many years ago, an executive from Monsanto was quoted in National Geographic saying that is their program, that they want to basically have their crops and organisms take over the entire biosphere of the planet. And major genetic engineering companies have focused mainly on 8 major food crops. Now they're expanding out into hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other plants, literally changing the genetic code of the planet. This is a genetic dictatorship. This is genetic vandalism. And that's why the Rockefellers, the United Nations, and others have built these giant armored seawalls all over the world, not just in the Arctic Circle. And they admit they're doing it in case all of this gets out of hand, that they'll have a type of Noah's Ark. So all these fake environmental groups, they never complain about this. They never talk about true environmental degradation. They want to put tax on carbon dioxide that humans exhale, that plants respirate from and carry out photosynthesis with, as a way to shut down industrial society and control every facet of our lives. That's the big secret. This is a population reduction program. 80% of us need to be killed. You've heard Prince Philip say he wants to come back as a virus to kill the majority of the world population. Dr. Eric Bianca, Peter Singer, it's all over the news where they tell us that we should only have one shot because we're the ones bad for the environment. Especially as good for the world. This is the big secret. We have a scientific conviction. The United States and England are epicenters and expanding the world wide. Remember the secret mission, the secret sterilization of the United States. Remember the secret all of that. Of genetically engineered bacteria that has incredible health problems that have been proven. Think for yourself. It goes on and on. ABC News, this goes back 4 years ago. Viral meat spray, advancing food safety. They spray a live virus on the meat to supposedly kill the bacteria. This is a live vaccine they spray on most of the meat you're consuming that you're buying from the store. It gets even worse. The petroleum distillates, or toxic waste that's left over from petroleum refineries that refine oil into gasoline, they take these tens of millions of pounds of toxic waste that's left over, the fluoride, the mercury, the lead, and they dump it on crops as supposed fertilizer. And what do crops like tomatoes and corn and potatoes do? They pull in all of those toxins out of the ground. In fact, scientists for many years have used plants to actually detoxify areas that have been contaminated. And those plants are pulling all of this up, and then you are eating it. That's why the Washington Post reported in January of 2008 that a major study found that nearly a third of the 55 popular brand name foods and beverage products were filled with mercury, despite the fact that the people of Europe for over 20 years have fought off all the genetically modified wheat and corn and other crops being planted in their nation. Now the EU is buckled and is accepting. The United States is literally a testing ground for all of this. It's just automatically approved. And the people that work for these corporations, they're compartmentalized. They don't know what's going on. The people that work at these stores, they have no idea what's happening. This is affecting all of us. This is hurting everyone. Many different forms of cancer are growing by thousands of percentage points. Diabetes, all these different diseases. And in major studies, it's all been linked to the toxic additives that are in our food, our water. And I haven't even had time to get into MSG. I mean, I've interviewed brain surgeons, neurologists, scientists. I mean, it just devastates the brain. It's an excitotoxin. It destroys the liver. And it is in tens of thousands of products. We can say no. We can stand up. But if you've got a neighbor giving fluoride water to their baby, please go over and warn them. If you've got a neighbor that's sitting there eating MSG-filled chips, one after the other, warn them. You've got a responsibility. If you know people that are feeding processed foods filled with GMO, warn them. And for God's sakes, don't give it to your own children. If you want to kill yourself, that's your own business. But don't hurt your children. Don't do this, ladies and gentlemen.